Yes. Welcome back to the Football Terrace. AMAD Diallo, AMAD Traore. His name gets used different in each country that reports on it. He is officially a Manchester United player, confirmed by Man United's official social media accounts. He is a Manchester United player. I want your instant reaction to this signing. And is there going to be more to come over the course of this January transfer window? That is the big question being posed. Get your comments in now. Smash the like button right now. Really positive news, I think, as well to come the day after the disappointing exit in the League Cup. Of course, one of the most talented and most coveted young players on the planet. A lot of people talking about him. A lot of people expressing a lot of excitement about what this young man may be able to bring to Old Trafford and to the Premier League. I am hugely excited. I am. But as ever, I want your views. Would you start him versus Watford? No. I wouldn't do that. I think that would be far too soon to be thinking about doing something like that. That'd be too soon, too much going on, no doubt about it whatsoever. But I would certainly look at getting him involved as soon as possible. I'm not too sure what's going on with my colouring here. Let's get this done properly. 1 second, people. We'll get this done right. But make sure you're all smashing that like button, hit the share button as well. Really important that you get that done right about now. I'll add a link to call in a few moments' time. But I want your instant reaction. We're going to go through your comments here. Diallo is a Manchester United player. He is a Manchester United player. Get your comments in. Smash the like button as well. Deal is officially announced. And I, for one, as I say, I'm so excited about this. Like, legitimately so excited about this deal happening and this deal going through. It's absolutely massive for Manchester United. As I say, one of the youngest and up-and-coming players out here. Yes, here we go. Jemiah here says, Ollie wants him now, so he will be part of the squad. I truly hope so. I hope he's good enough straight away. If I'm being honest, I hope that he is good enough straight away to jump into this Manchester United team. I really do hope for that. I do, because it'll be great news for Manchester United. It really, really will be. Going to share that link with you in a few moments' time as well. Don't you worry your little heads about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Just bear with me while we get this done and we get this set up. Let's do some more of your comments here. Ollie wanted him now, Terry. Yes, I know he wanted him now. Doesn't mean he's going to be good enough to handle the Premier League straight away, but it's a very good signing. Going to sub him on the last 10 minutes if we are up by 2 goals versus Watford. That'd be lovely. That'd be lovely indeed. Let's share with you what's actually been said officially on the Manchester United website. We'll get that up for you right about now. We're going to share the link. We're going to share it in the description below. So you have to refresh the stream in just a moment. That's been done now. So if you go and refresh that stream now, you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to get that done and get yourself to call in. But we're going to share Man United's official statement from the website now with you, so you can all see that. There it is. We'll put it in big for you. Actually, we'll keep it at that level there. It says confirmed. Diallo, we'll get rid of that. We'll do that later. AMAD Diallo is now a Manchester United player. It says Man United are pleased to confirm AMAD Diallo's arrival from Atalanta has been finalised. A Ivorian winger has signed a contract that ends in June 2025. So that's a 4.5-year deal with an option for an extra year. Let me zoom in just in case some of you can't. There we go. That's a little bit better. With an agreement between the two clubs that was first announced on the 5th of October, deadline day at the end of the summer transfer window, it was subject to a medical work permit and personal terms. These steps are in the process have been completed and the application has been made for a visa. Once this has been issued, Diallo will be cleared to travel to Manchester and train with and play for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. This is very much a formality at this moment in time. He will get the visa. There won't be any issues with that due to the level of talent that this young man has. There will be no concerns. There will be no problems with him gaining that, essentially. So it will all be all right on the night, as they say. He's going to be a Manchester United player, which is big, big positive news. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Goes on to say here, Diallo featured. It talks a little bit about him. Let's go to what Ollie had to say. It says, welcome him, AMAD, to Manchester United. Ollie said, as a club, we have followed a man for a number of years and have watched, and having watched him myself, I believe he is one of the most exciting young prospects in the game. Manchester United has such a proud history of developing young players, and everything is in place to enable AMAD to reach his potential here. He says it will take time for him to adapt, but his speed, vision, and fantastic dribbling ability will stand him in good stead to make the transition. He is a player with all the raw attributes that are needed to be an important player for Manchester United in years to come. And I just think that's significant there. It's that, as they say, significant now. He's going to improve the team now, and he's going to improve the team moving forward. And for me, that's what stands out the most here when it comes to this deal. It really, really does. And as I say, I want your views and I want your opinions. Very, very important deal for Manchester United. And Fabrizio Romano has been one of the most positive names out there when it comes to this guy, speaking about how good a player he is. But on top of that, just how well coveted this young man has been across the whole of Europe. There's no doubt about it. Diallo himself has made a comment here as well, which we'll put up for you on the screen as well. And then I'm going to jump into your comments and your calls. Diallo says, after waiting since the summer, it is finally a dream come true to complete my move to Manchester United. I am highly ambitious and there is so much that I want to achieve in the game. When I spoke to the manager, I knew that I had to join the perfect club. This is a really exciting squad with so many great players. I can promise that I will work hard every day to learn from them and give everything to develop my game. The coaches have been fantastic since I signed. We have been in touch regularly and they have already given me a lot of great advice. I have the time to prepare. I've had time to prepare to this move, both physically and mentally, and I work really hard to be ready to make the step up to this amazing club. The yellow shirt number is to be announced in the coming days. And do you know what I like about that? I guarantee you've been working on strength. I know we had this debate on the show last night, but strength, physicality, these are such huge parts when it comes to these kind of deals. Being able to perform at this level, being able to manage the physicality of the Premier League is massive. You speak to any pro that's played here, that's been in other leagues, 85, 90% bare minimum say, yeah, the Premier League just has a different physicality to it. And that's going to be important for this young man if he is to flourish and be successful at Manchester United. And I'm sure that I am personally sure that he can be. There's no doubt about that at all in my mind. We're going to go to some of your calls now, get your views, get your opinions on this. We're going to go to Ray first of all. Ray, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Give me your immediate reaction to the announcement of AMAD Diallo.
My honest opinion, very, very shrewd piece of business by Ollie. Whether you're Ollie in or Ollie out, at least he never spent 120 million on one player. He spent 40 on a young right winger who can be a top star. He done the same with Bruno, and he's done it with AMAD Diallo. In my opinion, I'd rather have Diallo and Sancho. That's my opinion.
You would rather Diallo than Sancho. Why? What's your rationale for that, my friend?
I understand, right? Sancho is fully proven abroad, but there must have been a reason City let him go. Okay, I've got a little bit of feeling if Sancho came to the Premier League, he may fail. If he fails, that's 120 million down the drain. But if AMAD comes to the Premier League and fail, you could still probably get 35 to 40 back on him. It's not a huge loss. But if you got Sancho and he failed, that's 120 million down the drain. I'm not saying Sancho would, but it's a very, very big gamble. And I think always thought take a gamble on 120 million or the 40 million, and he's took the way I see it, and I don't like comparing Ollie, but the AMAD signing is a fair signing, a young player.
I hear you on that. Listen, Ray, thank you for coming on, having your say. Really do appreciate it. Thank you. AMAD Traore instead of Sancho. Does anybody think this kid is going to have such an impact that it's going to stop Manchester United from signing Jadon Sancho? I mean, we all want that to be the case, surely. If you're a Man United fan, you've got to want this kid to be the real deal, to hit the ground running, to be a star. Monsieur here says, I presume fans are not expecting an instant impact 2 years. Listen, I can only answer from my point of view. I don't expect an instant impact. For me, 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years, I would give a kid of this age with this rawness. What you're hoping for is instant access. Instant success. That's what you'll be hoping for. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. We're going to fire through some more calls very soon. The comment here says he's not a Sancho level player. I just don't know. I can't actually answer as an individual. I can't answer how good or bad Diallo is in comparison to Sancho because I just don't know enough about Diallo as an overall football player because I've never seen him play. It's as simple as that for me. But everyone's entitled to an opinion. Next up, we've got Jay Ferguson, who's calling through. Jay, what team do you support, bro?
Man United.
You're a Man United fan. Give me your immediate reaction to Diallo becoming a Manchester United player.
Well, I don't think he should be on there at all. I think they made a massive mistake from the get-go. Obviously, before this whole lockdown thing, I think it's just changed drastically on how people think regarding teams.
So you don't think this is a good signing at all?
No.
Why?
It's just not. Well, not as an excuse. I mean, I understand your point of view, but I just don't think that. I don't think he's got the stamina for it. I just think that they're just trying to please fans.
Please fans how? Nobody really knew who this kid was in the summer. I don't understand it.
Wait, what you trying to say?
You're a troll.
Excuse me?
Your voice keeps changing. You're 100% a troll, aren't you?
No.
Nice try, bruv. Take care. Speak to you soon. Nice try, brother. You nearly got me a little bit there, but not good enough. Next up on the show, we've got Hussein. Hussein, welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you make of this signing?
Yeah, so the thing I wanted to say, right, is that so UEFA, they recently released this list of like youngsters that people should watch out for. And, you know, I like all the youngsters I've seen, but of the handful that I've been impressed by, he's definitely been one of them. And I think what stands out between him and the other youngsters, and I think that's really going to benefit Man United going forward, is his decision-making and his intelligence. I think that's something that United need in a player because even though you have players like Martial and Rashford who are very good going forward, I feel like sometimes with the chances they have, they can be very wasteful. And I think that's why AMAD Diallo, like the intelligence that he already has at his age is fantastic. So I think just going forward and as he develops, it's going to become even better. And that's what I really like about him. So great signing for United. I can understand some fans, they might still be like, we want Sancho, but I think you should have trust in him. And I think he's just going to be a very good player to watch in the next few years.
Listen, Hussein, thank you very much for your call, mate. We really appreciate it here as always. I agree with what he's saying there. I think for me, if he ain't ready for 2 or 3 years, we can still look at the Sancho deal. But this kid is legitimately. You only got to do your research on him. Forget the crazy caller earlier that was just chatting nonsense to try and be funny. Didn't even want to make a point. As soon as he got challenged, he literally turned into a shaking, shrinking violet. And it was as simple as that. Next up on the show, he's going to be a very talented player. Do me a favor and smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen that are tuning in right now. Get your super chat questions in. You can call in. The link's in the description below. And please sign up to our Discord server as well. Ray Q is on next. Ray Q, what do you want to say, mate?
Look, I think the signing of Diallo is very good, and I agree. He's very intelligent for his age, and I think he's going to do very well. And about Sancho, yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, I would like to see Sancho in the team, but with Diallo coming in, I think Sancho is going to be delayed even for at least until a year. And I think we should invest maybe in a center back to help in the defense, or maybe a defensive midfielder that can help, that can replace what is Matic. Because if Matic get injured, we have no one that can defend that midfield. Fred is not that type of player for that position. McTominay has done okay sometimes, but not always. So we need a midfielder that can do that job, that can defend, pass the ball to Pogba or Van de Beek or Bruno, and to create an attack option. I think we need to get a defensive midfielder.
I agree with you, and I think that's something the club needs to look at. But I wouldn't be sort of like. That doesn't stop me being excited about this signing, because I know we need others elsewhere, if that makes sense. Ray Q, though, thank you very much for coming on and having your say. We're going to get Elite KJ on in a bit. Before that, we're going to go to Lizzie Bennett first of all. Lizzie Bennett, what do you want to say?
Long time no see, Terence.
You're the same guy that phoned up a minute ago, bruv. Just absolutely shocking. If you're going to try and troll, use a better voice. Next up, Jono Ross. What are you saying, Jono?
Yo, Terry, I sincerely hope that was the same caller. But anyways.
Yeah, definitely was the same caller, 100. Yeah, go on, mate. Have your say, brother.
Yeah, man. You know, I wanted to call in on the Liverpool discussion the other day, but I'll keep to United. And I want to touch on something that I remember you mentioning a good couple of months back, when you were talking about Liverpool's front three and how they're aging. And how United's were obviously a lot younger, you know, being with Rashford and Greenwood coming through and all these young players. So it's a big concern for me, personally.
Well, and you're a Liverpool fan?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And I think that's something that Man United fans need. Again, not every signing is about the here and now, and you never quite know. Diallo may come in and be brilliant or at least very good from the start.
You never know. It could be another Bebe, but we'll see.
Yeah, it could be. I think he's going to be better than Bebe, but he could be a Bebe. He could be a Ronaldo. You never know at this point when you sign them. But the one thing about United, our attack is just, there's so much quality coming through at a young age with Greenwood, Rashford, and now Diallo. You've got Palestri as well. The future looks really, really bright. It does. So, yeah, that's what's really interesting about that for me. But I think it's the right tactic. I know a lot of people are kind of, we want a star here and right now, but for me, these signings excite me just as much. Jono, you're a legend. Thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Next up, Elite KJ in the house. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, I'm still out here recovering, bro. Still out here recovering.
Oh yeah, you had a cold, didn't you? You're right.
Yeah. I'm cool, but this news is nice to see that it's all done. Because there's always a part of me in the back of my head saying, United will find some way to ruin it somehow. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it's over the line is wonderful, and I'm very excited to see. Very excited to see what this boy can do. You know what I'm saying? I've already said how excited I am for him to come in, and now it's just about getting time and proving what he can do.
What do you make of the comments? So from him talking about him and the coaches have already been working together. He's been basically doing gym sessions and training sessions in Italy to help prepare him for things over here. Do you think that's obviously a good idea from the club to, if he comes over 3 or 4 pounds heavier, a bit more muscle on his body? We've seen like Donny van der Beek come out and say that he physically feels unprepared for this level. That for me was really encouraging to know that we've already, there's been sort of 4 or 5 months of this young man working on those elements already.
Yeah, no, that's very good. It shows good management from the team in terms of the clubs, in terms of getting our new transfer ready, and also it shows dedication from our new player that he's willing to put the extra work in already to prepare himself for the league and for the club, and that's already a promising thing to see from AMAD, and hopefully he can take that attitude into Manchester United and he can continue it. I don't want him to come in and start to think that he's made it and that he don't have to work hard no more. The fact that he's started off well in terms of getting ready, if he continues that in Man United, he has a bright future ahead. He really does.
Yeah.
And I just, I want to go in a sec because I want to go back to resting. I just want to say this though: the resistance is still here. This don't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? This don't mask the fact that our owners and Wallad Woodward still run the club and run it to the ground, fam. We need to. These are only small steps into us becoming a better football team. We need to get this structure correct. There's already news coming out saying we're not getting a DOF. So if we're not going to get a DOF, we need to make sure this structure is right from the top to bottom. And these man ain't getting away with it. If we do not sign a Sancho or a Grealish in the summer transfer window, we need to start making riots happen because it's not good enough.
And I agree with you, KJ. And I think this for me is where people that don't want to, I saw in the group chat earlier, I didn't even get involved. So many Man United fans defending the Glazers and whatnot and not wanting to get on them. But it isn't even about spending the money. They're so incompetent. They'll often spend the money, but then provide the tools, but not the workers to make it come to fruition. And what I mean by that is, they buy the supplies, but they won't have the right tools to build things properly. And what I mean by that is simple. Imagine you've got Greenwood, Rashford, Diallo, Palestri, Bruno. Just throw in those players, Martial even more. Those kind of players, in my opinion, need an attacking manager, someone that's going to teach them how to move the ball well, etc. Let's just all agree, hypothetically, that isn't Ollie. What I know this board will do, bruv, or could do is, all right, we're getting rid of Ollie. Who are we going to go for? Bruv, let's bring in Simeone, man.
Yeah, or Allegri or something.
And again, I'm not saying they won't get something out of these individuals, but these are the same fans who are like, oh, Man United standards. Man United are meant to play a certain way, win a certain way. This is why I don't trust the owners. It isn't that we don't spend money. It isn't that we haven't hired good managers. It's that there never seems to be a cohesive project that lasts. And that's what my fear is. That's in the back of my head. It's like we buy these players, we get ourselves into a position, we go, Ollie, thank you for how far you've taken us. We're going to move on to somebody bigger and better. And instead of going for Tuchel or Nagelsmann or Teheg or someone like this, we go, Allegri, can you come in and change it all up again? That would be my fear.
Yeah, and also I'm worried that if we do well this season, which I hope for, want for, I'm worried that, these men will be like, oh, we did really well with this squad. Let's not invest. We can win the league. You know what I mean? Like, I can see them doing it, bro. And it's just like, this is what I mean. Like, fans need to. I know you got issues with Ollie. It's fine to have issues with Ollie and you not think he's the right guy. But we need to also look at the people who run the club and where they're going with it. If you're telling me, if you wanted Poch in and if you wanted whoever in over Ollie and they go into a season where they're not backed and they don't get the targets that they want, how are you going to be happy with that? You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that these guys are held accountable for the way that they've mismanaged our club for not even just 8 years, even when Fergie was here.
Bro, listen, 110%. And for me, I always hear people say things like, oh, Terry, it all goes quiet, bro, when Man United are doing well. No one talks about the Glazers. I will still talk about them. I will praise them when they get certain things right, because I preach that kind of behavior towards managers as an example. So I'll be consistent in that. But like I've said before, I'll say again, these owners have got years of making up to do. This board have got years of making up to do. And suddenly being joint top of the league and signing 2 or 3 really good talents, that ain't enough, bro. I want more and I demand more. It's as simple as that, bro. I'll let you go and rest and do your thing, my man. And I'll speak to you soon, brother.
See you soon.
Take care, mate. Thank you. We're going to get some more of your calls on in a minute. The link's in the description below, but smash the like button. AMAD Traore confirmed as a Manchester United player. He's posted on his Instagram as well saying, I cannot wait to start. I cannot wait to start. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. The comment here says Palestri is fire and proving himself. Diallo is super young plus small. Listen, I ain't worried about his size, brother. I ain't worried about his size. Lionel Messi was small. Is small. Gianfranco Zola, small. Bruno Fernandes is pretty tiny for me, bruv. Like that man ain't no 6-foot giant. It's gonna be fine. As long as these kids lift weight, work hard on their strength, they'll adapt to the Premier League. The only thing that they'll suffer with over here is if they're a bit weak, if they're not up for the fight. You've got in England, I don't care. I know I'm a passion merchant, Terry. You're a passion merchant. You've got to be able to take a kick. You've got to be able to get kicked and push through it. You've got to be able to get kicked and stand up and smile and say, what, bruv? Let's go again, yeah? Maybe not say what, bruv, because man's man's Ivorian. He ain't probably going to say, let's go, bruv. But he's got to say something along those lines. We're going to go to Manchester is Red for the next call. Welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say?
Hi, Terry. I think it's a fantastic signing. Well, no, I think it's a good signing. I think it's a good signing. About 5 years ago now, I was in Italy.
Mate. You cannot fool me. Nice try. Take care. Thank you. Third time he's tried today. It's never going to work, bro. Next up, we've got man like Brian. Brian in the house. What you saying, brother?
Hey, Terry. How you doing, man?
I'm very good. He is a Man United player. Young Traore is here. Give me your thoughts and feelings on him, brother.
Yeah, it's a good pickup. You know, it's one of those where he's kind of burst onto the scene very quickly, and you know, kudos to Ali and to Manchester United for going after him and getting the deal completed, and hopefully he'll be able to have an impact on our season in the Premier League as we kind of chase whatever things we're going after this year. You know, top 4 minimum, but maybe we could have more than that this season considering how we've been playing lately. So. Yeah. Aside from last night, but Manchester City are a fantastic team, so you got to give credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna come forward with players like him, like Palestri, like Greenwood, and we still have the likes of Martial and Rashford in the team. The future looks bright at Manchester United with some good talent. So
it is, and do you know what I feel is this? I wasn't really too aware of who he was until we had the link, and then Fabrizio Romano shared some links of articles about him, and you start reading, and for me the proof's always in the pudding. Is how far back do these reports go? It's cool when Man United or Liverpool get linked with a player and suddenly compilation videos arise on socials, or suddenly big outlets do articles, who is Amad Traore? And it's like, okay, I'm going to read it, but I'm not going to take it seriously because you're reacting to news. What I like to look for is an article maybe from 3 years ago before he was linked to Man United. Let's see what people said then. You know, when we got linked with Bruno Fernandes, I didn't care about any article written in that 3 or 4 month period. It was, let me go back 2 or 3 years to see what people were saying. And with Amad Traore, it was so positive because people become biased when, you know, if you're a United fan and he's linked to your club, you'll often talk him up. If you're a rival fan, you might play him down a little bit. Go to a point in time when they weren't linked with anybody, and you tend for me to get more of an unbiased answer. And everything about Traore is so positive, so it's just so exciting about what he may be able to bring to the club. And you never know. Listen, we were very blessed to see Cristiano Ronaldo, and I would say the first 2.5, 3 years we saw a very hit and miss player, but still a player that helped Man United win an FA Cup, still helped us win a League Cup, still pushed us back, you know, kept us in the Champions League areas. And then when he clicked, he was, like, Michael Carrick was important, and Rio, Vidic, everybody else, Scholes, Giggs, Rooney, but Cristiano Ronaldo was just that gem, that jewel in the crown. And Man United right now, from an attacking point of view, have Bruno, have Rashford, and then they have Greenwood and Diallo on the rise, who could all be match winners for this football club. And it's highly exciting. It doesn't mean we stop, but as you say, with where we are this season, who knows? You know, if he can play, I guarantee people this. I said this when Greenwood got promoted, when we got rid of Alexis Sanchez. I was like, there's a guarantee it's better than who he's replacing. Even if he stinks the house out, that Diallo, he's going to do no worse than James, or no worse than Lingard, no worse than Pereira playing in those positions. So at the very least, we get a player of the same level. To get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
I envisage it's going to be better. When Greenwood replaced Sancho, everyone's like, oh, how can he replace Sanchez? How can he replace Sanchez? I'm like, bro, he scored 5 goals in 18 months. I think it literally took Greenwood until about the October to score 5 goals. It's like he's already had a better career. So it's all good from my point of view. Are there any other signings you would like to see this month?
Yeah, you know, I still think that Manchester United could use a player in the Matic role, like specifically like what Matic does within the team. You know, he does well for the team and brings a whole lot of balance. I would just like to see kind of a more suitable partner for Pogba. It seems as we can't quite find the best midfielder to play alongside him. oftentimes when we're at our best, we end up playing a midfield partnership of Fred and McTominay. That balances a little bit better, and I'd just like to see a bit more of a suitable player to come in that role. And another center back wouldn't hurt either. I love the consistency that we've been able to get from Bailly. I love that he's finally been able to get a real run of games in the club. But in the back of all Manchester United fans' heads is going to be his injury problems, and I think that has to be addressed as well. And I know that making signings of that gravity, of that importance in January is very difficult. But we did sign Bruno Fernandes in January last season, so if there's something out there, I think I can trust the club to an extent that they will go and get a deal done if it's the right deal. But to find a player of that gravity and of that importance that can come in and impact the squad immediately is a bit tough. But those are just a couple that I'd like to see.
I hear that, bro. Brian, listen, legend, thank you very much for coming on the show and having your say, mate. Speak to you soon. Take care, buddy. Thank you. A lot of people saying please for Ndidi. I'd love Ndidi at Manchester United. Next up on the show, we have Connor. Connor, welcome back. What do you want to say?
Hello there, Terry. How are you?
Oh, brother. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the AMAD Diallo, whatever. About
And now you're trying a North American accent, bro. You're funny, brother.
Say that again.
Why are you putting on a North American accent?
Sorry, Terry, I don't follow.
Where are you from?
I'm from originally America, but I live in the UK, and I have done for about 10 years.
What state?
Say that again.
What state in America?
I'm from Alabama.
And what town?
Say that again.
What was your old zip code? What town?
Why the hell would you want to know my old zip code?
Because you've got this fake American accent, but it doesn't sound like an Alabama accent at all, bro. Take care, mate. All the best. Literally, this guy is a madness, bro. He can't even do the accent. That was the worst American. It's like, hi. Who's up next? We've got Bison Beef on the show next. Bison, what you saying, bro?
How are you, Terry?
Yeah, I'm good. What's that noise?
I'm not sure.
I'll put you back in the back room, bro, because that is hella loud. It's like you're in a washing machine. Up next is K1. What you saying?
I'm right, thank you. How are you, Terry?
I'm good. See, there we have a proper fan. What do you make of the AMAD Diallo signing, bro? Give me your views.
I think it's sort of a perfect signing in terms of I don't know whether it's an alternative to Sancho, but I do think I more of it look of it like it's a sort of like a different budget from the first team, where United have a separate budget from the first team, and I think AMAD Diallo and Pellissier are both there. I do think AMAD Diallo is probably gonna get more game time in terms of being part of our first team in and around. So I think it is a good signing, but I would personally in January just look for someone that's a defensive midfielder rather than a right mid. I don't think that's completely necessary right now.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. I think it's a great signing for now. There's so many other things out there and players that we need as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. Kay, thank you for calling and having your say, mate. Really do appreciate it, brother. Next up, we have Monsieur. Monsieur, welcome back, buddy. What do you want to say?
I just want to say it's a good signing. I mean, I haven't seen much of him. I think that's the only doubt in United fans going to be that there's not much of him. But if the articles are true that he is trying to trade, I mean, the only downfall is himself. If he doesn't train hard or put the work in, then he is not going to be successful. But one thing I'll say that's slightly advantage to United is that the players that he has around him is around his same age bracket. So you got the Greenwoods, the Rashford, a couple of years older, but it's around that same bracket. And you got the experience with the Bruno. He can fit in well, but I say 2-3 years. I don't think United fans should get very excited to have an instant impact. He's going to have an instant impact. 2 to 3 years, and I reckon he could be a very, very good asset to the team. So that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think you're right in that regard. It's going to take a little bit of time. People shouldn't be getting themselves overtly carried away, going over the top and everything else. I do think there is an element of sort of keep your powder dry a little bit when it comes to this. So I think too many Man United fans think that he's going to be peak Ronaldo the second he moves in, or some want him to be, and it's the case of I think you just need to slow down a little bit because it's going to take him time to settle. You know, people have got to remember that the young lads move into a brand new country, brand new league, and everything else. So you've got to give him time. I think you've got to show him care. You've got to show him attention. There's a lot of support that he's going to need moving to the UK and whatnot. So, he needs to be given that time and support. And we'll see if Man United fans have the I'm going to sound a bit harsh here, but the brain capacity to do that. Monsieur, thank you very much for coming on, having your say, mate. We really appreciate it. Everyone who's tuned in today, thank you very, very much indeed. We're back later with more content for you. Smash the like button, hit the share button, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.